Good morning, all of you. I welcome all of you to the lecture Python programming. In previous lecture, we saw a splitting of array as well as concatenation. In today's lecture, we will discuss about computation on the NumPy array universal functions. NumPy provide an easy and flexible interface to optimize computation with array of data. Is this presentation visible to you? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So NumPy provide an easy and flexible interface to optimize computation with arrays of data. Suppose we have the data in a various dimensions, multi dimensions, as well as in arrays. To do the some operation on that, to make some analysis on that data, we have to use their NumPy because it provide a flexible interface to optimize computation to make analysis. So computation on array can be very fast or it can be very slow. The key to making is fast is to use the vectorize operation, generally implemented through the NumPy universal function, U function. In short, we can say U funcs means universal functions. Universal functions, it makes the operation fast. You know what is this symbol? What is this? Yes, what is this symbol?
Concatenation.
This one?
Don't know. Minus.
Right.
Multiplication.
These are the universal symbol. Universally we know that. So we can make a fast operations. Suppose we want to make the part in 100. In 100 we want to make 5 parts, or in 100 we want to make the 19 parts. 19 parts if you want to make in 100, then fast how you will be make 19 part in 100? How much number will be in 1? How much number will be in 1 if we make 19 part in 100? Then there are some universal operator, universal functions. By using that we can make operation fast. If we if we divide 100 by 19, then we will get the output. So these sections motivate the needs for NumPy functions, which can be used to make repeated calculation on array element much more efficient. It then introduced many of the most common useful arithmetic universal functions available in a NumPy package. What are the packages? What are the operations we can perform in the array using the NumPy package that we are going to discuss here? Universal functions we will use here. Now you see, for many type of operation, NumPy provide convenient interface into the just kind of statistically type compile routine. This is known as vectorize operation. Vectorize operation means NumPy provide convenient interface into just kind of statistically type compile routine. Statistically type compile routine means vectorize operation. Suppose we have some values in a matrix, then it will easy to make the if these values are the vector values, then it will be easy to make the operation on that. So the NumPy provide the convenient interface to make it vectorize. You can accomplish this by simply performing an operation on array. which will then be applied to each element. This factorized approach is designed to push the loop into the compiled layer that underlying the NumPy, leading to much faster executions. To make the operation very fast, we can use the array and NumPy. NumPy provide the faster calculations on the vectorized approach, vectorized data. To perform the operation on array, then which we can apply the vectorized approach to all the element by using the array. Exploring the NumPy functions. Universal functions exist in two flavors. There are two flavors of universal functions. These are unary functions which operate on the single input, and binary universal functions which operate on two inputs. Unary operators means, suppose we want 1 plus plus equal to 2. Again, there is required only one input, 1 plus plus. It will become increment. Suppose we have made 1 minus minus, then by 1 it will be minus. This is the universal function, but this is the unary universal function. Plus plus, minus minus, like these operators are the universal unary functions. As well as there some of the binary operators, means plus is the binary operator, it required two operand, means two inputs, then we can make the calculation in this. We will see some of the example for both type of the functions. Array arithmetic. First take NumPy's universal function feels very natural to use because they make use of Python's native arithmetic operators. The standard addition, subtraction, multiplication and division can all be used. We have one, we are arranging element by using x equal to np dot arrange 4. This is the method which is at the NumPy array. What is method? What is method in this line? In this line, what is the method? Yes. Yes, Dhananjay. Arrange, right. We can use library, and in that library, suppose the name of library is very big, like NumPy. So to make this shortcut, we can create the object as np, like this. Then this object we will call here np. Now we have called here np. After that we will put one dot, and after dot what are the things we will write, that are the method which are available in this library, NumPy library, or similarly pandas, or similarly other matplotlib library. From there we will create one object, and that will be called here, and after dot what are the things we will write, that is called as method. So
np is the object, na sir?
Yeah, here np is the object we have called from the NumPy library. Okay, and this is the method which is already available in the NumPy library. So how much libraries are available there in the NumPy, that we can call, but there we use the dot. After dot the keyword which will be written, that is called as method, and the bracket we will use one, this parenthesis bracket, empty bracket we can also use after the method, as well as we can pass the value in this. This value is called as argument. This value is called as arguments, right? So for this argument we have provided value 4. Now practically we will see, first we will arrange the 4 elements in the array, the variable x. Therefore practically we will see.
Sir,
yes,
what is the difference between parameter and argument?
Parameter and argument. The argument is the in syntax we can say argument. Then the parameters are the properties of argument. Means suppose you see in this height, it is, we have given centimeter. Centimeter will be the argument. Centimeter will be one argument. Here is one argument and the parameter is centimeter. Similarly here heights. Okay, in this print function it require arguments. How many arguments require here? At least one argument required. And what is the first argument in this? This is the height parameter. Height is the parameter, means number, how much arguments we will add there, that is the argument. After function or the method, in bracket, what are the things we will write, that things syntactically we can say argument. But in argument, what type of argument we are providing, we will get that by the parameters, by passing the parameters in that argument. Then we will understand what operation will be performed there. You know, here we are using print function and passing one argument in this, but which argument we are passing? By the parameter we will understand that by passing this parameter, height parameter. Height is a parameter and print require argument. At least one argument is required there. Print. Now here is no argument, we have not passed any argument, but it they are required at least one argument. During passing the argument, that will become a parameter. Height is one of the parameter in the data. There the data is in several types, or the rows, or in rows, in columns, in data values, or headers or heads are there in the data. From that, which parameter we are selecting as an argument? As an argument we are selecting height here. We can also pass another parameter in this argument. Instead of height we can add, if there is age in the data or name in the data, we can take the name. We can also add name. Now this is also argument, but this is another parameter. Name is another parameter which is in this data. Order is another parameter of this data, and this can be passed into the function as an argument. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Now you see here in print function, there we can pass only one argument, but there are various kind of parameters, and these parameters we can pass as an argument in the function or the method. Now is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Okay, we are just at here arrange. First we will arrange okay. We will take new code. X equal to np arrange 4. X equal to np arrange 4. X equal to, what is this np? np is the numpy from library object. From the library we have created one object to call the numpy library, and from there arrange. From there we will arrange the four element by using method and pass the value. Now we have passed here value of parameter. Argument. Parameter is instances of argument and value is instances of parameter. Just a minute. Hello. नाही, आता कॉलेजला आलो होतो. तुम्ही बघून घेता का जाऊन? कोणाला पाठवू का? बरं बरं ठीक आहे, मग संध्याकाळी हो 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 मी कॉल करतो तुम्हाला. हो हो ठीक ओके. Sorry for disturbance. Now we have created one variable x and there we have arranged the element. What are these elements? We can see by putting the value. You see we have created array, and in this array there are 4 elements we have arranged. Okay, now we will use some universal functions to print the array. In this we have used just the variable one message x equal to, their values will be printed, and in second functions we have written +5, x +5. Now here you see x +5, x is here is 0, 0 plus 5 is 5, 0 plus 5 plus 1 is 6, 5 plus 2 is 7, 5 plus 3 is 8. Now by using this function there 5, 6, 7, 8 will be printed. This is the universal function. We are using here universal function to perform some operation fastly we can perform, as well as we can subtract. Then minus values will be there, -5, -4, -3, like this. And fourthly we will multiply by 2 to this x, means 0 into 2. What is 0 into 2? 0. What is 2 into 1? 2. Likewise will be printed. Similarly we can divide by this array by 2. We can divide this array by 2. We can also find the modulus by using this double. Now see the output by executing this program. You see here 0, 1, 2, 3 first. Okay, second we are adding 5 into that. 0 into 5, 5, 5 into 1, 6. Likewise minus, multiplication and division and modulus. Hope you have understood these universal functions, means operators we can call as universal function in this NumPy. So the output by using this we can make the floor division. After you see, suppose we have 3.1, so 3 is the floor and this is the ceiling, 1 is the ceiling in this function. To find out the floor we can use this /2 floor of x2. By using this we can calculate. So this is the new thing to use floor operator. Exploring NumPy universal functions, as well as we can make minus of x, then all things will be negative. We can multiply by 2 to the x, then multiply by 2. These are the unary operator, unary function. There is also unary functions for the negations, a plus plus operator for exponential, and a percent operator for modulus. For finding the modulus means remainder, we can use this operator, and plus plus, double plus plus we can use for exponential. Exponential means 2 raised to 9. 2 raised to 9. To do this we can use 2 star 9. 2 star 9 means 2 raised to 9. The output will be, we can calculate fast by using universal function. Now this is the unary function. This is unary function because it require only the single operand. So we can see practically this. So print we can add here message what we want to do, x, some operations we want to perform, or directly we can make the negation. Here minus x. Now we know x is 1 0 1 2 3. The negation is 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Similarly we can calculate the exponential value, like print x double star 2. Then the square of 0 is 0, the square of 1 is 1, and the square of 2 is 4, and square of 9 is 3. So these type of operators we can use there. Also we can find the mod print x mod 2. Then you see here 0 1 0 1. The mod of this is 0 1 0 1. In addition, this can be strung together however you wish, and the standard order of operation is respected. Also we can use the some equations. We can apply some equations type of input, like here you can see minus 0.5 into x plus 1 square. This is the square. Like this equation also we can solve. So see here, print minus 0.5 into x plus 1 into x plus 1 whole square. Its output also we can display. You see -1 4 4. We are performing some universal operation by using universal functions on this array, x array, and output we are getting here. So these are the some functions, some facilities available in the NumPy array. All of these arithmetic operations are simply convenient wrappers around the specific function built into the NumPy. For example, the plus operator is a wrapper of the addition function. Here we can make the addition in NumPy array by using this operator, as well as minus is wrapper to make the subtractions. Also you can see here NumPy add function. We can use add function for making the additions. Here you see print or a equal to add. What we are adding? X comma 2. We are making addition of x comma 2. Then what is the a? So NP is required. From where we are calling this? From the NP. Now see, 0 plus 2 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus we are adding in this we are adding 2. The output will be like this. Also we can add 3 into that, but the add argument element wise we have message x1 comma x2 out equal to none into where true is casting. We have to make the addition of 2 plus 3 and then we can add this, like otherwise it will not. Means instead of 2 plus 3 we can add directly 5, then we'll get the output here. Similarly we can subtract by using negative, means sub universal function we can use for subtract. Also we can find the absolute value. By absolute value, just as NumPy understand the Python built-in arithmetic operator, it is also understand the Python built-in absolute value function. The absolute value of the x we can find by using ABS function. Suppose we have this one array and want to find the absolute value of a. So print np dot abs absolute of
आणि हे एक्झाम्पलचं काय म्हणतो तुम्ही?
Absolute value of x.
त्या सब्जेक्ट वाला द्यायचे ना कन्सर्न फॅकल्टी.
So
आता कोण भेटते?
print absolute value of a. Then 5, 6, 7, 8 is here.
माणसं भेटतील पण माणसांचं त्यांचा टाइम टेबल फक्त यायला पाहिजे आपल्यासाठी. कॉलेजला घेऊ ना आपण, त्यांचं पण टाइम टेबल करून दिलं ते.
Zero, 1, 2, 3. The absolute value of x is 0, 1, 2, 3, and the absolute value of a is 5, 6, 7, 8. This is also universal function we can call absolute to find out the absolute value. In a negative, you see here is one array, x array, and in this array -2, -1. The absolute value of -1 is 1. Absolute value of -2 is 2. The absolute value of -10 is 10. Suppose you want 10 rupees. You want to borrow 10 rupees from someone. You don't have money and you need 10 rupees. So you will take 10 rupees from your friend. Then how much money will be withdraw from your friend? 10 rupees. There 10 rupees debited from your friends, but the value is not minus. That is the absolute value of that rupees, that is 10. So find out the absolute value. There is ABS functions to find out the absolute value. This universal function can also handle complex data in which the absolute value written in the magnitude. So magnitude complex data also we can find, as you can see here, 4j, 3 minus 4j, 4 minus 3j, 2 plus 0j, 0 plus 1j. Like this we can also find by using the absolute value. There is also we can use trigonometric functions. NumPy provide a large number of useful functions, and some of the most useful for the data scientists are the trigonometric functions. We will start by using an array of angle. Suppose we have the triangle. To find out this sine, cos, tan, we can use these universal functions. In NumPy these functions are there. So you can write theta equal to np line space 0, np pi and 3. So we are adding the theta. This we are adding all the circumference equal to theta, and theta equal to np line space 0, pi, 3. So similar type of example we will use here. Theta equal to np dot line space in bracket np dot pi comma 0 and 3, 0, 3. theta, the theta is this 0, 1.5 and 3.40. Now we can add some trigonometric operation on this. So you see here we can print theta, we got this one. We can print sine of theta, cos of theta and tan of theta also. So print theta equal to theta similarly we can print sine theta the function is np dot sine theta. Print cos theta equal to np dot cos theta. You see sin theta, cos theta, the values are like this. You know trigonometry, the sine, cos, tan of this angle we can calculate by using these trigonometric functions. These are the universal functions in the NumPy array. These values are computed to the within machine precision, which is why the value should be 0. Do not always hit exactly 0. Inverse trigonometric functions are also available. Suppose we have a 0 and this is machine computation precision, so 0 is not just 0, there are some zeros again. Very minute information is calculating here due to the machine precision. We are not adding the manually precision points there. So exponent and logarithm, there are some exponent universal function as well as logarithm universal function. We can find a log, we can find log 2, we can find log to the base 10, as well as exponents power also we can find. So we will take one x and their log and power or exponent 2 we will see. Already we have x, and in that x there are 0, 1, 2, 3 elements, so directly we can print the exponent. So print exponent exp. Exp is the functions which is at exponent of x, where this exponent function it is in the NumPy, so NP is required. Now see exponent is this of the x. What is x? 0, 1, 2, 3. Exponent of 0 is 1, Yeah, exponent of 1 is 2, exponent of 2 is 7. Likewise, we can also print directly. I am going to write here power and all these. First we will see x, then exponent, then power, x to the power 3, exponent of 2, x is 1 2 3. Okay, then exponent is there and the power is there. So power 3 by x. Here the x is required, which power we have not passed, so this one is there. Similarly, we can also find the log. Print log of x. This is the log of x. Also we can find print log to the base 10, log to the base 10 of x, log to the base 10 of x, log to the base 2 also we can calculate. So this power, exponent, log to the base 10, all these are the universal functions. There are also some special versions that are useful maintaining the precision with very small input, can maintain the precision. So there are some universal functions. When x is very small, these functions gives more precise value than if the raw NP log or NP exponents were used. Therefore, for precision, log 1 p universal function we can use, exponent m1 we can use for the very small value. Specialized universal functions. There are also we can use specialized universal functions, and therefore we have to use their SciPy library. From SciPy library we can use special functions, and these special functions are gamma, ln and beta. So gamma, beta we can also calculate by using the SciPy library. Just we will take one example. Import SciPy as import SciPy from SciPy. We have to use from SciPy import special, from SciPy from import special. Okay, special symbol we are using. So now we can print the SciPy special is now here object, and it has argument special dot gamma, of x. So print that is infinity 1 1 2. For 0 the gamma is infinite, and for 1 is 1, for 2 is 1, and for 3 is 2.2. These are the gamma values. These are the special universal functions we can apply on the data by using NumPy array. So there are many more universal functions available in both NumPy and the SciPy special, because the documentation of this package is available online, and you can search this gamma function Python will be generally find in relevant information. So these are some operations we can perform by using universal function, as well as aggregation function. Aggregates we can take. For binary universal function there are some interesting aggregated that can be computed directly from the object. For example, if we'd like to reduce an array with a particular operation, we can use reduce method of universal by using any universal function. A reduce repeatedly applied given operations to the element on an array until only the single result remain. So we can reduce these operations. What operations we are performing here? The addition. We are arranging element 1 to 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Addition of this will 1 plus 2 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. Okay, 3 and 3 6 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. 6 and 4 10. 10 plus 5 plus 6. 10 plus 5, sorry, something I made wrong, but the addition of all these elements directly we can reduce the size and take the output, that is 15. From 1 to 6 the addition will be 15, as well as we can directly take the additions. Okay, just see the practical. Arrange x equal to np dot arrange np dot arrange 1 to 6. 1 to 6 we are arranging and find the what is x. Yeah, we have x, that is 1 2 3 4 5, right? 6 is not there, so 15 is there. So print np dot add np dot add of x. Print x, then np dot add x. invalid number of argument. This print will not take like this argument, so reduce. Now see the output. The addition of this is 15. Also we can reduce the multiplication, and accumulate is there. To find the addition of this 1 to 6, we can use accumulate. Reduce. Print addition. Okay. Add np dot add reduce x. Okay. Here we will accumulate. We will use accumulate function. There is a spelling mistake. Accumulate, ACCU. ACCUMULAT. Yeah, accumulate. X. Yeah, problem is here. Okay. Now the arrange element we are arranging 1 to 6, that is 1 2 3 4 5, and we are accumulating the additions. So 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 5 15, and total additions we are using reduce. We are adding taking the addition of this. Also we can make the multiplication by using print np dot multiplication. Just we have seen that multiplication reduce. Okay, multiply dot reduce. What is the multiplication of this? We can find all the multiplication of x. We can find 120. Okay, this is very easy, not so much complicated. Just you have to keep in mind some universal functions that are multiplication, additions, reduce. Now outer product, we can also finally a universal function can compute the output of all pairs of two different input using outer method. This always allow you in one line to do things like a create multiplication table. We can create the multiplication x by x. So here 1 2 3 4 5 is there, and 1 2 3 4 5 is there. So 1 into 1 is there, 1 into 2 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 4 5. Freshly I will write here 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Now by using outer multiplication, we can make out multiplication 2 into 2, that is 4 is there. 3 into 3, 6 is there. 2 into 3, 6. 2 into 4, 8. 2 into 5, 10. Similarly 2 into 3, 6. 3 into 3, 9. 3 into 4, yes, 12. 3 into 5, 15. Likewise operations can be performed by using the outer product. So you take multiplication outer x by x. Here just we will add new code. Print np dot multiplication multiply dot outer x by x. Sorry, here np is required. Okay. Now what's problem? NumPy has no attribute multiply. Multiply spelling is mistake there. So multiply. Now you see we have one x and multiplied this 2 by 2 4 3 by 2 6 4 by 4. Similar we can arrange the element and do the multiplication by using universal function. So there are also some minimum, maximum, aggregation functions. Yes. Sorry. माझं लेक्चर तर 12 पर्यंत आहे ना.
12 पर्यंत
एक्स्ट्रा लेक्चर नाही, आपला रेग्युलर टाइम आहे 11 ते 12. Okay. So aggregation
11 ते 12 घेते.
11 ते 12
घेता राहू नागने सर.
नाही, आज आपलं लेक्चर असते ना गुरुवार शुक्रवार शनिवार.
हां,
मग 11 ते 12 असते आपलं लेक्चर. आज नागने सरचं लेक्चर नाही, त्यांचं सोमवार मंगळवार बुधवार असतंय. काय
काय माहिती सर, आमच्याकडे टाइम टेबलच नाही.
हा, तर त्यांचं नसतंय आज. आज आपलं राहत आहे.
ठीक.
ते आले माझ्याकडे तर मी देतो त्यांना. ठीक आहे, ते येतील माझ्याकडे जर मी सोडलं नाही तर. माझ्या बाजूलाच बसलेले. Okay, then aggregation function also there, universal function in NumPy as well as in a SciPy. From SciPy and NumPy we can take the minimum, maximum. These are required often when you are faced with a large amount of data. First step is to compute the summary statistic for the data in a questions. Perhaps the most common summary statistic are the mean, standard deviation, which allow you to summarize the typical value in the data set, but other aggregate are useful as well, as the sum, product, median, minimum, maximum, and quantiles, etc. These are the universal functions which we can find in the summary of the data set. So you see here summing the value in array. So here is random 100 numbers are taken, and sum of that is 55. And also the time for executions in the directly in Python, and by using the NumPy, the time will be reduced. So first is 10 loops based of 3 to the 104 millisecond per loop time is required, and there microsecond, by using NumPy there is microsecond time is required. This is the logic operator. By after writing this symbol and any keywords, then that will become a logic symbol, and this is the logic function. %timeit is the logic function in the Python. By using this we are calculating the summing time, how much time required to make the sum of the big array. So take one example. To generate the random number, suppose we want 100 number in one array, then that is difficult to add the numbers one by one. Therefore we can directly take the el equal to np dot random how much number, 100 number we needed. So in el what is there, directly by adding this variable name we will get these are the number, these are the random number, hundreds numbers are there we have taken in the array. Now we can directly sum of el. So sum print sum of el. This is 54, and it taken a little bit extra time. So how we will find that? By using the %time in. This is the logic, timeit is the logic functions. Sum of el. So sum of el. So time is there, you can see the loops, 10,000 loops are there and based in microsecond per loop. Now we see same type of output by using the NumPy. So make here in this what we are learning, in this what we are learning, we are learning in NP, their time for calculation require less than the simple Python. This we are learning, and we are pending that. Yes, this is by using the 17 microsecond by using Python and 4.15 by using NumPy. By using NumPy package, we can also perform some mathematical operations by using universal function. Statistical operation also we can perform by using universal functions, but by using NumPy it is faster than the simple Python. It is faster than simple Python. For calculating the time for execution, we can use %timeit logical function. So mean, max also we can find. Mean of L, max of L we can find. Mean of L, this is in simple Python, np dot mean of L also we can find in simple Python as well as by using the NumPy library. Max also we can print max by using max method in Python NumPy library. Print np, it will little faster than the Python. Print max of L. Uh, 0087 and last 18 is minimum value in the values we have generated randomly. Where these values? In this random matrix, but the random matrix we have not printed, and generally what happens, random matrix change their values continuously. We can print L and get the all values. Similarly in Python and in NumPy we can find the minimum and maximum. You see here we have generated 3/4 random matrix, and in this sum we are doing, and by using axis 0. This is the axis 0. First one is the axis 0. 7, 3, 4 and 69. Minimum values we are finding from this column, from this column, and from this column, and from this column. So by axis 0 we can find the minimum value from that particular axis. So see one example. Random 3/3. X1 equal to np dot dot random three by 6. Okay, we are generating x1, so print what is in x1, and after that what's the problem? Yes, 3 by 3, 3 by 4. Dimension mismatch will be there, so 3 by 4 we will take. NP dot, no, what is problem? Yeah, right. No, there are two dimensions, so there are two brackets required. Two dimensions are there, two axes are there, so 3 by 4 we have generated. From these, now what we want to do, we want to find the sum of axes. First we will make x1 dot sum. This is the sum. Print, or directly we can write this is sum. Now we can make the sum on axis. So x1 dot sum min, minimum of axis 0. We have this matrix. In this matrix we are finding the minimum of 0 by printing this one. Okay, this is the matrix, and in this matrix the minimum in this one is first value, but in this is second. You can see 17 is there, this is 61, this is 27. So which is the smallest value? This one. And in this 0 0, this one is the smallest value, so this value is here. And in this column, which is the value small? This one is smallest values. So minimum we can find. In axis 1 we can find max. Then what will happen if we write here instead of 1 2? Then what will happen? If we write 1 here, then this will be leave. This line will be leave from only these two, from the 1 and 2, which is the minimum value that will be find. From this 1 and 2, which is the minimum value that will be find. From this 2, which will be minimum value that will be fine. From this 2 will be fine. We have not set the axis 0. We have setting axis 1. So find here. Now in between these two value, 78 5 6 is it here? 78 value. Where is 78? This one. Zero 0 5 6 7. This is 0 axis, this is 1 and this is 2. From here to here, which is the smallest value? In this blue portion, which is small value? This one is a small value, so minimum value we have taken. Again from this line, in this line which is a small value, this is 72, this is 64 and this is 61, so this value is printed here. And from this,
Sir, 72.
from this which is small value, 17, 32 and 94, so 17 is a small value, so 1750, this value is printed. So this 0 is left, and from here the counting is started from 1. Similarly, we can find the maximum value. We can find max value from 0, and also we can find max value from 1, max value from 2, from 1, as well as from 2 we can find the max value. You see here from 0, which is the max value, in all column you find 5 6 8 5 7 8. $70, $95, $95. This is the max value. And in second, which is max value, 58. This one is a max value. As well as from 1 we can find max value from here to here, which is max value, this one. 64 is the max value, so 59106.85. Which is this value, 59. This first value, are you getting this? Yes, is there any doubt? Mean, max. Hope you understood this. So next one is you see here some of the aggregation functions we can use in a function name np sum for compute the sum of element, np dot product. This method is used to compute the product of element, and standard deviation, mean we can calculate by using np dot mean, standard deviation, variation, mean, max, find the index minimum value, arg argument mean, arg max means index value, maximum value, median, percentile, and any and all. These are the aggregates we can find out in the NumPy. By using NumPy, we can use all these functions in the data analysis. To make any CSV file analysis, we can use all these methods. So one example is here. What is the average height of US president? We are taking one file, a US president file, and from there aggregate average values we will be perform. In this, aggregate available in NumPy can be extremely useful for summarizing a set of values. As a sample example, let us consider the height of US president. This data is available in the file president height CSV, which is a sample comma separated list of label and values. We have one data file, a US file. We have downloaded that, and to load that file we have to use pandas library as well as files. Therefore we are importing pandas as a PD, and from Google Colab import files. Now upload method is there in this library, files library. There is upload method. By using this upload method we can upload the file. So execute this one, browse file. This is the CSV file. CSV means comma separated CSV comma separated file. The file name is president height. So this name we are taking here. This is 100% uploaded. This file is done, uploaded 100%. Okay, now this file we are decoding into the CSV. Now this is the raw file. Raw file we are converting and decoding it into the CSV file, which is general file, and the variable name is predata. In this predata this file is stored. Now you can see this file. Now what is in this file? In a from header we can find what is in this. We can find by using the heads. This method we can use heads dash how much heads we want, the number, that number we have to put, and then the file name. So head, how much head we want, one head, from where we want this head, then file name is president heights.csv. so take this here and execute this. Yeah, one head we received. Head is there. Order means serial number is there. Order 1 2 3 4 5. Name of the president, height of the president is there in head 1. Head 2, then first two value we will get from this table. You see here, order 1, name George Washington, height 189 centimeter, height is there. First three, from heading first three element we want, then 2 president will be there. From this raw data we can get 4 person. You see 3 persons we have. First one is order, and this George, second, third, and fourth element we are accessing. Fourth heads we are accessing from this. Similarly we can access 10. So first one is the order name heights, and 9 presidents, and their name and their height is given here by using this. So now perform some operation on these. Import pandas, then data we will get pd.read csv, and president height we can calculate. pd.read csv, this is the method in the pandas to read the file. we can use here import pandas, then import numpy, read CSV. We are reading CSV file. Which file we are reading? This file, and storing that into the data. Okay, now from this data we are finding the height centimeter parameter, and it will be get us that we are storing here in the height variable. Print this variable, then the height will be printed, all the heights will be printed. So from this I want to read the names, then what I have to do? Yes, height we got, now read the names. For read the names, what we have to do? For names we will create variable names equal to np dot array. From this array we are taking this data array. From this what we want? Names. Name. Now print names. All the president names will be there: George Washington, John Adam, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Marnory, John Q.C. Adams. All these are the president names we can take from the list. So now that we have this data array, we can compute a variety of summary statistic. We can take the mean of height, we can take the standard deviation of height, we can take the height, minimum height, we can take the maximum height of the president from this height. Minimum height, maximum height. So just take the variable name heights, minimum heights. From these heights, minimum heights, print minimum heights of the president. Minimum height, from this you find the minimum value is 173. There are more than 170, only one person is there, his height is 163, and this is the minimum. Maximum height, we can print maximum height of the president by using the universal function max. Minimum and maximum height of the president. Average we can take, mean we can take, median we can take, mean, median, so standard deviation, STD, minimum, maximum, mean. So mean required NP. Mean of all heights. Mean value, we are finding the mean value of all these. STD, standard deviation. ENP dot standard deviation. So standard deviation, in this there is a standard deviation is 6, difference is 6. Mode also we can calculate. So these are the some statistical summary. We can use there some universal functions in the US president's example. How much time is there? 11:42. Now just we will see this plot and stop here. Okay, how to plot their matplotlib.pyplot library we require. Matplotlib.pyplot library is there, that we are taking to plot the, as well as for set the parameter, set the proper style of the plot. There we can use Seaborn library. This matplotlib.pyplot is used for plot the graph. Okay, then go to the practical. Add here, import matplotlib.import matplotlib.pyplot. As PLT we are creating object for this library, calling this library matplotlib.pyplot. Okay, now plt.plot, what we are plotting? Variable. Which variable? Height variable. This variable we will plot here. You see this plot is appear. We can give the name to the axis, tlt.xlabel. By using xlabel we can give the name. What name we have to give? Number of president. Number of president. Number, president number. Y label also we can give plt dot y label. Height. Sir. Okay, title also we can give plt dot title. What is this? This is the president, US president data. US president heights data. So now see, to this graph there is no label name, axis name. this direction no name, this direction no name. This is the y-axis and this is x-axis, so we have to interchange this label. No problem if we use variable name, because we will take this in the quotation. Okay, so direct heights we can write, but need the quotations. So now you see the number is appear to y label, and this is the x height. Again it will become wrong direction, so it should here. Okay, now you see we have given height to the y-axis, and for x-axis we have given number. There are total 40 precedents are there, and their height is, maximum height is greater than 90 plus, and the minimum height is less than 165 centimeter. So we can write here cm also, centimeter, height in centimeter. And this name, this is the title, US President height data, height graph, height graph. This name also we can give. Yes, is it understood how to plot?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then there is also directly we can plot by using PLT histogram. We can plot of the HEIGST heights. We can plot histogram. You see, this is the histogram, and we can give the name to this histogram, X label, Y label, by using PLT dot title. By using this we can add the title, histogram. This name will appear on this top of this histogram. Similarly, X label and Y label we can give. If you have any doubt on until this, you can ask me, otherwise we will stop here. Do you have any questions? For plot we required matplotlib library, matplotlib.pyplot library we have to use. So we have imported this one library and plot this graph. Hope you understood this. In today's lecture we have seen some universal functions in Python as well as in NumPy. If we use NumPy, the calculation will become very fast. There are standard deviation, mean, mode, median, average, as well as exponential, logarithm, min, max, additions, subtractions. All these are the universal function we can use. In today's lecture, all we have seen here. Hope you understood this, as well as how to plot the graph. If you have any question, any doubt, you can talk with me and ask. We will try to discuss on that. In next lecture we will see the broadcasting, array broadcasting, and this unit will be finished. Next unit we will start in next lecture. In that we will study the pandas. NumPy we are studying in this unit. In next lecture we will study the pandas library. Hope you understood this. No question is there?
Sir, is it possible this slide on classroom?
Yeah. I will share PPT and book is there in Google Classroom. Don't worry about that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
then all the best. I think your test is there on 17 July. Objective type of test is there, 20 questions will be there, and 1 hour from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. you can take 60 minutes to solve your 20 questions test. So all the best for that, and thank you very much for attending lecture. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, sir.